Why, hello there. You ready to learn something cool? Because it's Positively Arting with Aggie time. Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Positively Art Time with Aggie. Today, we are going to dive into the fascinating world of shapes and emotions. What does that mean? Well, I'll explain to you what that means because we all have feels. And have you ever thought about how a simple shape can convey an emotion? Well, if you haven't, you're going to now. So grab some paper, grab a pencil, grab an eraser, grab an iPad, really whatever you can draw with, and let's get drawing. All right, so let's go for it. So first of all, shapes are all around us. From your favorite mug to the structure of a building, but beyond their physical appearance, shapes can also carry an emotional weight to them. Bet you didn't know that. And if you did, good on ya. Today, we are going to see how different shapes can evoke different feelings and set the stage for character design, which we are going to cover in another video. So stay tuned for that. Let's start with a simple exercise, all right? I want you to draw 3 shapes with me today. I want you to draw a circle. I would like you to draw a square. And I would like you to draw a triangle. As best as you can, they don't have to be perfect, so don't you worry about that. Now, if you could assign an emotion to each of these shapes, what emotion would you assign to it? There's no right or wrong, so feel free to pause the video for a moment if you like. It's all about your perception. So take a moment, assign emotion to these shapes, and I am also going to do the same. For me, I feel the circle is very warm, inviting, calming. It just makes me very happy. It's a very welcoming shape. So I'm going to do a very traditional happy face. I'm going to make my circle happy, since that's what I associate with a circle. Just inviting, calming. And I am going to choose to do determination for my square. Even my eyebrows feel very rectangular when I do this, because a square is such a sturdy shape. When I think about a bookcase, it holds things up. The desk that I work on, they're all square rectangular shapes. So I'm going to go with determination for this one. It's a very determined square. Now, what about a triangle? I'm gonna draw a very, very excited triangle. Woohoo! I don't know, it also reminds me of a star, and a star just screams excitement. But why do we associate these emotions with these shapes? Circles, with their soft and endless lines, often convey a sense of comfort and safety. Squares and rectangles, with their straight lines and right angles, often suggest stability and trust. Triangles, with their pointed corners, often imply movement, tension, danger, or excitement. Now, what happens if we decide to play around with the scale? So I'm going to move these down. So what happens if we take this circle and we enlarge it? Our little circle looks a little bit menacing now, doesn't it? And what happens if we take this square and we shrink it? Now it looks like it's determined to take on the Goliath that is the very happy face. So taking something so simple as scale and changing it, we are now engaging in a type of storytelling. One emotion can mean one thing at one scale, but can mean something totally different at another. And what happens if we take this little excited triangle and we shrink it even more and we put it beside the square? Almost becomes like a little sidekick, excited for the adventure. So when you're playing around with assigning these emotions to shapes, play around with the scale of the shapes next to each other, and you're engaging in a very emotional visual storytelling. Think about it this way. If we choose a certain shape to represent an emotion, we're engaging in a form of visual and emotional storytelling. The visual expression of an emotion can be incredibly powerful, especially when words fall short. But there really is so much more to it. This exercise plays a role in emotional regulation. So when we channel our feelings into creating art, we're essentially processing those emotions. Oh no, my clipper fell off. When did that happen? Now, think about how this applies to everyday life. The roundness of a comforting bowl of soup, the stability of a square desk where you work, the dynamic shape of the mountain peak you inspire to climb. We're essentially processing those emotions inside of us, and now we're getting it out on paper. It's a form of release, allowing us to explore and understand our inner world. For instance, drawing a series of sharp, jagged lines when we're upset can be a great experience, and it helps us release that tense energy, and we can understand our frustration or anger much better. Notice how your mood influences your shapes and vice versa, the emotions you assign to them. This is just an exploration in enlightenment, not just for artistic growth, but for your own emotional well-being. So I encourage you to dive deeper into this connection between the shapes and emotions. Experiment with different shapes and different emotions to see how they resonate with your own feelings. I just like drawing a lot of cute things, so most of the shapes I draw will be very, very cute. I would love to see your shape emotion drawings and hear what emotions you associate with these shapes. Please share them in the comments below or tag me on social media. Make sure to stay tuned for our next video where we take these concepts and start applying them to character design. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe for more creative exploration, and I will see you next time.